Alright guys, well I'm back today with another high value and scope option, and this particular one is in the LPV category or the low power variable optic category. What this means is generally an LPV, in my opinion, goes from like a 1 power setting all the way up to a 4, 6, 8 or even 10. The LPV market is really taking the AR platform by storm because of its just really robust characteristics, even though it's a scope, as well as the versatility allowing you to put it on the 1 power setting and use it more as a red dot, and then zoom it to the 4, 6 or 8 power setting and use it more as a scope. This allows you to really get the full capabilities out of an AR-15 to shoot up close and far away. I've been recently doing some reviews on some LPVs, but the prices have been climbing up there, and some of them can easily reach $1,000. Today we're looking at one that's on sale from Optics Planet for around 150 bucks, bringing it back down into that high value and budget category. The optic itself is actually this BARSKA 1-4, and this was an Optics Planet suggestion. Kyle over at Optics Planet suggested I try one of these out because he thought that they were pretty good quality, and right now again they are on sale and they have an affordable price. Also, if you like this optic at the end of the video, remember to use that coupon code 704TACTICAL for 5% off of your Optics Planet order. So let's take a look at the box real quick. You guys can pause it if you want to see anything in particular about that, as well as the model numbers on both ends. Now we'll talk about the specs and features of the scope and how it performed down at the range. Right off the bat, I'm actually using a BARSKA mount on this, I believe, that was sent over with the scope, but I don't think it comes with it. To use this really nicely on an AR-15, I would recommend an offset scope, and this one has a 30mm tube, so keep that in consideration. Because it has a 30mm tube, it gathers light really well. I've already mentioned that this scope is a 1-4, meaning that it has the 1 power setting to kind of use it as a red dot and the 4 power setting to use it as a scope. Now, generally a 1-4 are becoming either cheaper or more antiquated in favor of the 1-6s or 1-8s, but 1-4 still have their place, especially when you're talking about sub $200 optics. If you can find a really good 1-4, thanks for watching guys, have a good one.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's a Daily Shooter, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Vortex Viper PST Gen 2 5-25. Now, a couple of years ago, I started to dabble in long-range shooting, and since then, it's just become more of an addiction. You know, long-range shooting can be a lot of fun. It is not only very relaxing, but it's also very challenging. And so instead of just taking shots at targets, 50 yards or 100 yards away and just, kind of having fun at the range, you're really there for more of a purpose. You want to see if you can drop that little bullet into a small target that's very, very far away. And it's very satisfying when you make that happen. Well, when you go into long-range shooting, you start noticing that your needs sort of increase as well. You need a better firearm, you need a better cartridge, and a lot of times you need a better optic as well. And that's where this thing came into play. This is the optic that I most recently had mounted to a 6.5 Creedmoor build that I had put up. And I got to tell you, for 6.5 Creedmoor, a cartridge that's extremely capable of shooting longer ranges, this scope worked out really well. Alright, now let's go over some of the details and features. This is a second focal plane scope with an MOA reticle. They also sell it in first focal plane with both MOA and mil-dot reticles, but you want to kind of figure exactly what's going to fit your needs the best. Because for me, long-range shooting, I decided to go with a second focal plane reticle due to the fact that it does not enlarge as I go through my magnification range. So the reticle looks exactly the same on 5 power as it does on 25 power. So if you're shooting longer ranges, that means that the amount of coverage that you're going to have on your target is going to be exactly the same all the way through your magnification range, where in first focal plane, as you adjust your magnification higher and higher, the reticle actually gets bigger and bigger inside your viewing window, and that can cover up more of the target at longer ranges. So you kind of have to balance whether or not you want a first or second focal plane, depending on exactly what you're going to be using it for. Very fine precision shots, you might want to consider second focal plane. And then if you want to be able to see the reticle a little bit larger as you're stretching it out, then you might want to go with first focal plane. Now, this does have an illuminated reticle. It's very nice, it's very bright, it's got several different settings with an off setting in between each setting. So you don't have to bring it all the way back to 0 and then adjust to your magnification range. You can be in setting 9 and then go in between 9 and 8, and it's going to be off, and then go down to 8, and it's going to be on again. And so that's nice. But keep in mind that batteries in optics like this do not last very long. As a matter of fact, I actually left this on by accident for like 2 days, and by the time I grabbed the rifle, it was already dead. Granted, it was probably on the highest setting at that point. But thank you all very much for watching.
Alright guys, well I'm back today with a brand new LPVO or low power variable optic from AT3 Tactical. If you follow the channel, you'll know I reviewed a lot of their products in the past and have been always pleasantly surprised at the quality and craftsmanship at the price. They really fit the channel motto perfectly. High value and budget items that actually work, especially for the AR-15 platform. So I was really excited to see AT3 get into the low power variable optic game, and I think they did a pretty good job. You want to stay tuned for the full review because there are a lot of positives, but there's also some negative takeaways. So you really want to get the entire understanding from watching start to finish before you make your decision. But guys, I think this is a high value and budget winner, and I'm going to explain why. I also want to give a huge shout out to Callaway Ballistics for sending over the ammo to help make this video. If you're unfamiliar, these guys are a pretty awesome ammo manufacturer that makes really good ammo at affordable prices. They've got remanufactured stuff, new manufactured stuff, and Subsonic 9 and 300 Blackout, as well as hollow points and 380. They're a really awesome company, and I've got the code 704 Tactical for free ammo orders or free shipping on ammo orders over $200. So definitely check that out. So that's 704 Tactical for free shipping on ammo orders over $200. Now, this is going to be available on Amazon as you see here. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.
Hello there, and today we're going to go over the Leupold VX5 HD, and it's 3 to 15 by 44, so it's 3 to 15 variable power by 44 objective. It has a very nice fast focus eyepiece here in the rear that's stiff, but not too stiff to adjust, and it's very smooth. Of course, then it has the magnification ring from 3 to 15, and once again, that's stiff, but smooth, and it's just right. It's not too stiff or too loose. It's just perfect. Has a 30 millimeter tube on it, so it gets a good field of view through the scope, and it features the CDS ZL2 turret on the top with a locking button that locks the turret so that it doesn't move on you while you're going through the field and you have it on a backpack or it hits brush, which is really important because I have had scope caps, or scope turrets, excuse me, turn or even like unwind while they've been on my backpack. So having that push button is just really nice. It's still very, very good. It's very tactile, but it is very quiet. So if you're looking for a turret that's very loud, this is not the turret or maybe scope for you. And one thing to note is that when you actually turn the turret one full revolution,
Alright guys, well I'm back today with another high value and budget scope option from Monstrum Tactical. And if you follow the channel, you'll know I've done a ton of reviews of Monstrum Tactical stuff for really the past 4 years of YouTube. I started off with their first focal plane Generation 1 versions, and I've gone all the way up through their Generation 3. And over the ways they've improved quality, but sometimes the price increases along the way. What Monstrum Tactical did was strip out a lot of the unnecessary features and also take out some key features to really bring the price point down to a more affordable price in their first focal plane optics. If you're not familiar with FFP optics, they're a little bit different than the second focal plane optics in the fact that the reticle zooms in and out as you zoom in and out. So the reticle itself gets larger and smaller. And this is accomplished by a different type of manufacturing process, again, that first focal plane. And what this allows is for you guys to have a bullet drop compensation reticle or a mil dot reticle or an MOA reticle. And as it zooms in and out, you can actually use those mils, MOAs, or bullet drop compensations at every single zoom level. A second focal plane scope does not allow this, only at the maximum zoom level. This comes in handy when you want a wider field of view, maybe to tone run down to the 2 or 3 power setting to really track your target and really gather what's coming before and after your target, but you still want to range effectively, and you still want to make your shots at a distance and understand that bullet drop compensation. So the first focal plane scopes are perfect for this. Now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about these particular scopes, what makes them unique, and what makes them such a high value at the price points. Again, $130 for the 1 to 4 and $140 for the 1 to 6. Also, guys, Monstrum Tactical is actually giving a coupon code that I'll leave in the description below to give you 10% off through the end of October. I'll also leave the Amazon links directly to the 1 to 4 and the 1 to 6 in the description below as well. If for some reason in the future YouTube does not allow links to Amazon or even things in the description, because you know how YouTube is, here's all the information on both of these scopes so you can look them up. Now right off the bat, guys, I'm going to immediately recommend the 1 to 6 for the extra $10. I truly believe that spending the extra $10 gets you 2 more magnification. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.